Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about my views on how society reacts to the concept of race, and also of how they react to gender differences. Now, first of all, I want to say that I'm not a racist. I do not, or a misogynist or misandrist. I do not believe in discriminating against anyone based on their ethnicity or gender. However, I also feel that just because someone is of a differing ethnicity or gender than you does not mean that you can't criticize them for their behavior. And that's going to be pretty much the main topic of this video, and I'm going to be expressing my thoughts on that. First of all, I want to talk about, just before I start getting into the topics that I've been intending to speak about here, to all my previous viewers, I want to say that I'm in a different location today, and I'm likely going to return to this location. I might make this my regular location for doing videos. This is my bedroom. I've got my bed over here. You probably can't see it very well. I've got a map back there because I love maps. I've got a couple lamps here. I can change the lighting. I can get some really dark shading there by tilting that away, and brighten it up a little bit and tilt it back. I have another lamp over here. I can pull that closer, further away. I just thought it would help the viewers to become better acquainted with me, and it would make me they'd feel like it was maybe like I was in the room with them if the lighting seemed a little bit more brighter and more upbeat. Okay, that's enough about the setting of my video. I'm going to get into the actual topics I've been wanting to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about people who play the race card. Playing the race card is when there's a dispute going on between two different individuals, typically one who is the critic and the other who is the person being criticized. Now, playing the race card typically occurs when the person being criticized is of the ethnicity that the critic's ethnicity, the members of the critic's ethnicity have typically discriminated against. Even when the person being criticized, even when the critic has not even mentioned the ethnicity of the person being criticized within their criticism. I want to say that I think that's stupid that people would even bring up the ethnicity. I think it's just kind of an excuse to avoid the criticism. Now, a sort of incomplete example I've seen of this on YouTube is the YouTuber Craft Nation. Now, I will say first and foremost that Craft Nation himself has not played the race card. Craft Nation just happens to be an African American individual who has typically been most of his critics have been of European ancestry, and I'm sure everyone knows their history well enough to see why someone would want to play the race card. But Craft Nation himself hasn't done it; only his fans have. Typically, what Craft Nation has actually been criticized for, just so I can give an idea to my viewers on the actual climate of the dispute, in case you don't already know. My former viewers, my subscribers, my very few subscribers are likely to know already what the nature of the criticism was towards Craft Nation. But what he has been criticized for is making very unheartfelt, apathetic videos, about the deaths of celebrities and other various tragic events, and subsequently using his abilities that YouTube has granted him, he then proceeds to enable advertisements on those videos and is subsequently making profit off a tragedy. Now, I don't quite think that profiting off of a tragedy is necessarily the worst thing a person can do on YouTube. It's certainly disrespectful, to say the very least, but that's not really the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make is that the critics of Craft Nation have not even mentioned his ethnicity because, frankly, it's not relevant. You know, typically these critics have also attacked other YouTubers of various ethnicities and even of both genders, and even of people of varying ages. You know, they don't discriminate. If you act like a dumb shit or a disrespectful asshole, they'll call you out on it regardless of that, and I think that's good. But Craft Nation's fans have tried to defend Craft Nation and have tried to have tried to derogate the critics by saying that they're just being racist and they're just beating on Craft Nation because you know, they don't like that a guy with dark skin or of African extraction or ancestry has some popularity and some following on YouTube when his ethnicity has not even been mentioned because it's not even relevant. Like, you can't prove that they're being discriminatory, and they're very likely not. I don't think anyone should be free of criticism regardless of their ethnicity or gender in relation to their critics' ethnicity or gender, because that in itself is racist. Yeah, Craft Nation's fans have been trying to derogate the critics because I'm just speculating here, but maybe they actually think some of the criticism is valid, like in their heart, in their metaphorical hearts, but they're not willing to accept that because Craft Nation is just their perfect being, the perfect YouTuber, and they're just so goddamn loyal to him that they're willing to make any claim to make the critics look bad. Okay, that's enough about that topic. The other topic I want to address is I've heard through the news that employers often make an effort to hire people of a specific ethnicity or gender that they feel is underrepresented in a group of professionals. Now, I think this is a flawed idea too, because while I do agree that there is often discrimination in the workplace when it comes to hiring, I also think that if the hiring process does not include any discrimination, and it just so happens that the best potential employees happen to belong to a specific ethnicity or gender, I don't necessarily see a problem with that. I think what should be done, as opposed to trying to hire members of different ethnicities or gender, or of a certain gender that people feel is underrepresented, I think that the whole concept of those of groups being even relevant to employment altogether should just be abolished. Like, the traditionally accepted definition of race should just be ignored altogether, and I think I think gender should just be ignored as well. just because if it just so happens that there happen to be more members of a certain ethnicity or gender present in a workplace, I think that as long as there was no discrimination in the hiring process, I don't see how that's a problem. And to try and even that out to a point where other groups have more representation, I think that's silly. And I think that the groups should just be ignored altogether, because to try and pose advantage in hiring to any group, even if the intent is to supposedly include an underrepresented group, I think that's racist in itself, or discriminatory in itself, because often gender is the issue too. And I think even considering gender and ethnicity to be relevant qualities of potential employers is just stupid. You know, hire the best person for the job regardless of what their ethnicity or gender is. That's how I prefer to think of that, and I think that's the least discriminatory route to take. Okay, I think I've covered all my bases, and I've discussed this topic in the greatest detail that I can. Also, in my new setting, I have a swivel chair. I can spin around, which is pretty cool. I can wobble back and forth. Just give myself more freedom of movement, more comfort. I think that's all I'm going to talk about today, people, and I think I hope to promote discussion in the comments section if you want to address any of the points made in my video, if you want to give me some constructive criticism on how I can communicate better. Even if you want to insult me and call me a douchebag or something, I'm cool with that. I just hope this video doesn't get flagged down, because I do want to express my ideas. I don't think I'm being too egotistical when I say that. So, everyone, I think I'm going to get going, and see you all later, folks, maybe later today.